Hey, today I'm talking about three brand new movies that I liked in varying degrees. And the names of those three movies are Free Guy, Come True, and The Cloud in Her Room. First up is Free Guy. This is Ryan Reynolds' new movie. I'm sure you've seen the bajillion ads for this movie. You've essentially seen the entire movie because they just released so many ads for it. If you somehow don't know what the premise is, it is about Ryan Reynolds, who plays a non-player character in a video game, so just an imaginary person who gains sentience, maybe, potentially, and just, he has to save the day and stuff. It's very similar to the Lego movie. It's a pretty uninspired movie, but it's also a pretty harmless movie. It's cute at times, it's enjoyable at times, it never does anything that make you hate yourself for watching it. It's just kind of nice and pleasant. There were a few times where I was like, I really enjoyed this scene or this moment. One in particular, which I believe is in one of the trailers, is where Guy is having an existential crisis because he just realized that he is not a real person. So he's talking to Buddy, his best friend, and he's like, "Why aren't you freaking out?" And Buddy says back, "We might not be real, but this moment we're having right now where I'm helping a person that I love, that is a real moment. And that's all that matters, is that this moment is real. Everything else doesn't matter." And I'm like, that's amazing. That was great. I love that so much. So I enjoyed this movie. It was cute. It was pleasant. I don't think I would say go out to the movie theater to see it. I would say wait till it's on streaming and then check it out if you're interested. Because it's pleasant, it's fun, but you don't need to go around crowds. Just watch it at home when you're in your PJs and you'll be good. Next up is Come True. This is a Canadian movie that my brother Justin recommended to me. He also put a little asterisk in his recommendation because he likes some weird out there shit. And this movie's definitely weird and out there. But I enjoyed this movie. It is definitely a mixed bag. I don't really want to say what the premise of this movie is because it's one of those movies where the experience is figuring out what the premise is. But I'll start with what I didn't like about this movie. Its pacing was just very not good. There was a lot of time where just nothing happened. I also really didn't like the romance subplot because it starts with the guy stalking the girl and then he eventually gets to have sex with her, and I'm like, nope, in no scenario should stalking lead to getting to have sex with that person. And it kind of just feels like wish fulfillment, and I'm like, no. But what I liked about this movie and what this movie did really well was the weird, trippy, scary stuff. Because when it was weird, trippy, and scary, it worked really well. To the point of I think I might need to turn on my lights right now because this is just so intense. I need to not have darkness around me because it's so scary. That stuff was so great. And I would say the movie has a lot of really good and interesting ideas, but it just didn't do anything with them. And then also the very last shot of the movie, which is just kind of the final big reveal of what has actually been happening, is really dumb. And it feels like something that was from Writing Prompts, the subreddit. I hope it's not, though. Yeah. So I would only recommend this if you're a person who really likes really weird, trippy, scary stuff and can handle slow pacing, and you can also handle things not really paying off the best. Because it was still interesting and I don't regret watching it. It's not really a movie I'm gonna watch again. And lastly is The Cloud in Her Room. This is a Hong Kong movie. The premise is, I don't really know what this movie's about. I guess I could say it's about this 22-year-old woman who comes home from college. I think she graduated. She's there for Chinese New Year, I guess. That's what it says on IMDb, but I don't I don't know when Chinese New Year stuff is even happening. They go to a karaoke bar a bunch, but I don't think that's Chinese New Year. Anyway, and then she just kind of meanders through life for a while, and that's about it. It has a very art house film festival vibe going for it. It is a very, very pretty movie, and also it has a great sound design, which is something I never say about movies, but I think it does. And while watching it, I was just like, I have no idea what's happening right now at any point in the movie. And like, yeah, thinking about it all in retrospect, I kind of have an idea what happened, but not really. But what's surprising though is even though I don't know what happened, I really don't know what happened, I still enjoyed it. It was still pleasant and interesting. I don't know what they were going for, but they were going for something. And they might have gotten it, but I don't know what it is. I don't know if I could even say I recommend it or I don't recommend it, because I just don't know. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got Free Guy sitting at number 27 in the liked category. And then not too far behind that is Come True sitting at number 32 in the liked category. And then bringing up the rear is The Cloud in Her Room sitting at number 33 in the liked category. And this is out of a total of 40 new movies so far this year. And that brings the grand total of all the movies I've seen this year up to 228.